have a party, inviting all our friends. We're gonna have a real good time. I hope it never ends. Makes me wanna say, didn't do
Hello, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist West Side Congregation in Rio Rancho. If you have found us online, fantastic. Please explore our website and contact us if you would like more information about anything. If you are part of our ongoing community, welcome back. I am Laurel Anderson, your service associate today. Our speaker is the Reverend Dr. Nancy Hitt, our consulting minister. Our program today is titled, Every Day is a Holiday. It is founded on UU Principles number 4 and number 7. A free and responsible search for truth and meaning, and respect for all the independent web of all existence of which we are a part. We expect you will learn about some previously unknown to you holidays, and we hope that our exploration of just what holidays are, why we have them, and what they mean will enrich your life. Here are the announcements for today. Jay Kane has been hard at work at our website. There is a lot of new information there, especially on our social justice page. Please check them out. There is information about pending legislation, sample letters, and contact info for your legislator so that you can easily express your support or your thanks to them. If you have something you would like to have posted for our community to see, please email it to Jay. Thank you. Rio the dog is in need of your old newspapers. The bin is outside the social hall door. Please remember to replace the bricks on the lid to secure it against the wind. We are holding a special meeting titled On Racism on Monday, March 15th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. It will be a Zoom meeting. You will receive a link in your email. If you do not receive a link and would like to attend, please email Reverend Nancy by 6:45 p.m. on Monday. She will not be able to check it any later than that. This is prompted by both our denomination and the extended community in which we live. Racism is a very present evil in our world. We hope you will take this opportunity to discuss how we can learn more about it and respond constructively. We hope that this will become an ongoing conversation among us. Thank you. As we light our chalice here, we invite you to light your own candle or chalice at home, joining me in the words that appear on your screen. May our chalice flame inspire our imaginations and engage our hearts as we explore the holidays we share and celebrate them together. Shalom and blessed be. Please join me now in affirming our aspirations as the words appear on your screen. Life is a gift. We gather in community to celebrate the glories and the mysteries of this great gift. In the light of truth and in the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve others in community to the end that all souls grow into harmony with creation. Thus do we covenant with one another. Shalom.
Let us join together in a moment for centering. Get comfortable in your seat. Be upright yet relaxed. Uncross your ankles, your knees, your wrists. Close your eyes if you are comfortable doing so. Or choose a focal point for your gaze. Begin to focus your attention on your breathing. Breathing slowly and deeply, filling yourself with air, and then releasing it back into the atmosphere. Breathing in and out, and in and out, letting your mind go blank. Set aside distractions for another time. Relax into the rhythm of your breath. Be at peace in your heart. And into your mind's eye, let a scene from your favorite holiday unfold. It might be recent. It might have occurred many years ago. It may be serious or frivolous. Reflect on your holiday scene. Identify why it's your favorite memory. What is the best part of it? Is it the food, or the people, or the parade, or the gifts, or the decorations, or how you're dressed? When you have a sense of what it is that has brought you joy in this memory, return your focus to your breathing. Bring your happy glow with you, breathing in and out, and in and out. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Shalom. In these next few moments, I invite you to join me in celebrating our joys and concerns. Our joys will be magnified. Our shared concerns will find increased support in our community. For each one, we will light a white candle. We will close by lighting a final candle for all that remains unsaid. If you have a candle to light at home, we invite you to light it then, naming your personal joys and concerns. We light a candle of joy for the ongoing programs of vaccination against COVID-19 here in New Mexico and around the world. We rejoice in the increased safety for people as they go about their lives. We light a candle of joy for new government initiatives intended to repair otherwise broken systems. We have hope for people and for projects as a result. We light a candle of joy for the increase in the adoption of homeless animals during the pandemic. We light a candle of concern for people with a public voice who continue to espouse unrealistic and false thinking that leads others astray. We light a candle of concern for those states and their leaders who are intent on rolling back the COVID restrictions before it is recommended to do so. We light a candle of concern for the estimated 149 anti-LGBTQ bills under consideration in state legislatures across the country, including 76 that directly target transgender people and 37 that prohibit transgender girls and women from participating in sports consistent with their gender identity. We light this last candle for all that we still hold in the privacy of our own hearts and minds. We light this red candle in honor of the victims of racial violence. May we honor their lives, respect their struggles, and support all efforts to build a just and equitable world for all. Shalom.
Hi, this doggie says, you don't need a diamond collar or a silver doggy dish to feel the joy of being alive. Find the fun and happiness in the little things. The big things will take care of themselves. Now this is a different dog. This is called I Dropped the Ball. I dropped the ball in your lap. It's time to play. I just put the ball in your lap, so it's time to play. See that ball I placed in your lap? That means it's time to play. You can have your emergency appendectomy any other day, but I dropped a ball in your lap and now it's time to play.
Once again, we thank you for your gifts of love and commitment. We look forward to voting on our 2021 budget at our town hall meeting on March 21st. As always, our finances are extremely important. Please join us for that meeting. Thank you.
Our Moment for All Ages today has 2 poems, each of which tell the story of a particular holiday that I am guessing is probably new to many of us. The first is titled The Doll Festival. Let me give you just a little bit of background on what that actually is. Long ago, the Japanese used dolls to drive away evil spirits. On March 3rd, Japanese girls celebrate the Doll Festival by creating a royal court, which consists of a set of 15 dolls on stands draped with red cloth. Here is the poem for the Doll Festival. Lighted lanterns cast a gentle radiance on pink peach blossoms. 3rd day of 3rd month, Mother brings out 5 long shelves, black lacquer, red silk. On the topmost shelf, we place gilded folding screens and the 2 chief dolls. They are Emperor and Empress in formal robes, gauzes, silks, brocades. On the lower steps, court ladies with banquet trays, samisen players. High officials, too, kneeling in solemn stillness, young noble pages. Fairy furniture, dresses, mirrors, lacquer bowls, bonsai, fans, braziers. Should the royal pair wish to go blossom viewing, 2 golden palanquins. 3rd day of 3rd month, our small house holds a palace. We are its guardians. Lighted lanterns cast a gentle radiance on pink peach blossoms. Now our second poem is a little bit different. It is titled The Dragon's Lament, and it is based on a holiday on April 2nd in England. Legend says that St. George, the patron saint of England, slew a dragon who was ravaging the countryside. So the Dragon's Lament goes like this. It isn't much fun to find out you're a dragon. I wish I'd been born St. George. I would laze about town, drinking wine from a flagon, then look for poor creatures to scourge. I'd have a head start with my sword and my armor. No dragon would dare to advance. And dozens of maidens I'd save before supper, if only they'd give me the chance. I'm the last of my kind. You would think they'd preserve me, for I'm tired and I'm flameless and old. I'll give just a few puffs and then roll over gently and hope that the blade isn't cold. St. George, he'll be famous, but what of the dragon? Who will remember my name? Ah, such is this world. They must all have their heroes, and dragons are always fair game. As soon as you say the word holiday, you invoke a whole range of special events and experiences. It doesn't matter what the holiday is, it's going to stand out in comparison to the ordinary days around it. I remember my mother explaining the magic of holidays to my brother and I when he was about 8 and I was about 10. She was very clear. Tomorrow, she said, is a holiday, and a lot of wonderful things are going to happen. It will be a lot of fun. People will be coming to visit and to celebrate, and we're going to have a really special meal together. There's a secret I want you to know that will keep the day wonderful. It's this: tomorrow is a day just like any other day. The same rules about behavior and what is expected of you every day will still apply. Just because it's a holiday doesn't mean that you can get away with misbehavior. She said this calmly and with a big smile on her face. My brother and I looked at her, and then we looked at each other. Seriously, this was the magic? Not at all what I was expecting to hear when she first announced that she was going to share a magic secret with us. But I have to admit, when my 2-year-old sister, who was not privy to the magic secret, still had to take her nap when she got cranky and overtired the next day, I began to be a believer. And over the years, I've appreciated her wisdom in making the structure of the holiday crystal clear to us. We tend to have high expectations of holidays, especially when we are young. As we age, we adapt those expectations to the realities of life. Holidays are a lot more work as adults, but we still hope for a little bit of magic with each one. It might be a solemn and serious magic, like on Memorial Day, or it might be an exuberant and joyful magic. Think the 4th of July and fireworks. How is a holiday to live up to the hype? Well, let's take a look at what holidays are, where they come from, and what they mean to us. To begin with, a holiday is quite literally a holy day. That's where the word comes from. The dictionary defines a holiday as a day of festivity or recreation when no work is done. There are many different kinds of holidays. Religious holidays and patriotic holidays make up the bulk of the legal holidays when we really do get to do no work. But there are lots of others also. Some holidays are just a single day. Others may last for a week or even a month. The earliest holidays were based on the lunar cycle and the growing seasons of the year. People were highly attuned to the cycles of the seasons. They were reliable and available to everyone. Prehistoric humanity made the connection between the cycles of the moon and the growing seasons in particular areas very quickly. It's likely that even before what we would recognize as agriculture developed, human beings had an advantage if they knew where to forage for their food, but even more importantly, when. When we finally settled down to farm the land, knowledge of those seasons was vital to survival. Being able to anticipate the arrival of the rainy season or the scorching heat of a very dry summer and planting accordingly often made the difference between life and death. And the dependable cue was the cycles of the moon. It's pretty basic logic to expect that festivals based on those cycles would develop, and they did. We see this today in the living legacy of pagans and of Jews and of Muslims, all of whom use a lunar calendar. So, historically, holidays were days set aside to celebrate particular aspects of life. As time went on and human culture became more complex, holidays to commemorate historic events that shaped the life of the people were created. Think, for example, of the Jewish holiday of Passover, in which they retell the story of the escape from slavery in Egypt every year, specifically to teach youngsters and to remind everyone of who they are and how they came to be. Or the 4th of July, which has special significance to United States citizens as Independence Day. Which brings us to an important point. Holidays are local phenomena. They are created and developed by the people to whom they matter. I once witnessed a conversation between a British exchange student and an American student. "Gee," the American student said, "how do you celebrate the 4th of July in England? I mean, what is that day to you?" Responded the British exchange student, "It's the day after the 3rd of July? Why? What is it here?" Not the same to those two groups of people. Holidays develop because a community of people has a need to remember experiences that they have shared together. They often involve the telling of the story of a particular event that helps to define that community. So religious holidays only work for the people of that particular religion. Patriotic holidays only work for people of that particular nation. We don't expect Muslims to celebrate Christmas, nor do we expect the British to celebrate Independence Day. This is important to remember. It's why it's so important to respect the holidays of every community. They bring people together, and that is a holy enterprise. It's something that lifts us out of our own life and connects us with others. After this last pandemic year, we probably have a better appreciation for that than we might have before. That lateral connection with each other is sacred, whether it connects us with something we name as divine or not. Which is why non-religious people have holidays too. They need them just as much as anyone else. We all need occasions to come together in harmony and experience a sense of oneness with our fellow human beings. So while atheists and humanists do not specifically celebrate religious holidays, they still have holy days in their lives, days that connect them to others in extraordinary and meaningful ways. In recent years, we've experienced the development of a whole catalog of holidays of a very unique sort. Whereas in previous times, holidays were decreed by religious or governmental authority, now we have a whole huge and ever-growing catalog of lesser holidays. We don't usually get time off from work to observe these, but they each offer us an opportunity to pay attention in a special way to something we might otherwise neglect or take for granted. Although I will tell you, my husband was once lucky enough to work for a company that gave every employee their birthday off as a paid holiday. It was really quite nice. So, did you know that if you're watching this video on March 14th, it's Learn About Butterflies Day? Surprise! Butterflies have their own special day to be paid attention to. And this coming Thursday, March 18th, is Oranges and Lemons Day. Now, I'm not sure who proposed that or how it got enshrined as a holiday, but apparently it can be celebrated by eating oranges and lemons or drinking beverages that incorporate their juice. Not only is it harmless, it's healthy. So I say, get on board. On Thursday, get your oranges and lemons. There are a whole host of these newer holidays. Some focus on information, like Black History Month or Women's History Month. Others focus on health issues, like National Epilepsy Month or Red Cross Month. Many feature special foods and offer lots of different ways to prepare them, while others feature specific plants or animals and aim to increase our awareness and appreciation for these things. The point is, there are a lot of things that can be used to bring people together in peaceful and creative ways. And with all that richness, it's impossible not to have these holidays overlap. For example, Sunday, March 14th is Learn About Butterflies Day. It's also National Potato Chip Day and National Pi Day. Pi as in Pi, the mathematical symbol, because the date 314 is the first three numerals of pi. So today, you could go online and learn about butterflies by watching some amazingly beautiful videos about them, while you are snacking on a handful of potato chips and enjoying the aroma of the cherry or whatever flavor of your choice pie you have baking in the oven. It's a win-win-win situation. You'd be celebrating with an unseen community of people who'd be doing the same thing right along with you. It won't get you a paid day off from work, but they're still holidays. And of course, each month has its own monthly holidays that go for the whole month. For March, you're going to love this. It's Music in Our Schools Month. It's also National Celery Month, National Craft Month, National Frozen Food Month, National Irish American Heritage Month, which was designated by Congress in 1995. It is also National Nutrition Month. I don't know how that goes together with the frozen food, but it's National Peanut Month, National Women's History Month, Red Cross Month, and Social Workers Month. March is a busy month, but it's really not much busier than all of the others. If you look at any one of the 12 months, you will find a similar kind of list. You can see from this list the wide variety of things that draws us together. If you go online, go to holidayinsights.com. You will find some amazing stuff. Not only will they tell you what all the holidays in a particular month are, day by day, but they also have a link for each one that gives you some guidance as to how to celebrate it. For example, not only are there food and career and health holidays, there are also holidays devoted to doing particular things. March 1st, and if you missed it, you'd have to scramble to catch up here, was Plan a Solo Vacation Day. Right now in the pandemic, that's probably the only kind we can plan. However, March 4th was Holy Experiment Day and Hug a GI Day. Now obviously one needs to practice discernment and discretion in practicing these holidays, but you can see how they are effective at drawing meaningful experiences for us. Some of the combinations can be a bit humorous or even intimidating. What are we to make of March 18th, which has the combination of Awkward Moments Day, Goddess of Fertility Day, and Supreme Sacrifice Day? I'm not even sure I want to know how those three all work together. All of which brings me to a very special holiday for us as UUs. It's the day that we celebrate our chocolate communion. It's not a fixed holiday, nor is it lunar, although it would be really cool if it was. It's a floating holiday. Its observance depends on a series of variables. Often when Valentine's Day falls on the calendar in relation to congregational services and the needs of the individual congregation being primary. Chocolate is one of those things that many people love. Technically, to my own surprise, vanilla wins the battle of statistics for the most popular flavor. But being vanilla has come to mean being bland and without substance, and that does not describe UUs at all. The rich complexity of the flavor of chocolate is much more suitable. It's become a symbol of love itself. Giving a gift of chocolate on Valentine's Day, and for that matter, almost any day, says, "I love you." Chocolate communion is what is referred to as an emerging holiday. It has no easily identifiable source or founder. Not every UU congregation celebrates it. But this congregation has, at least for the last 5 to 6 years. I can't speak for before that. In the midst of the pandemic, it's really hard to celebrate anything that requires doing something together. But we've figured out a way to affirm ourselves and our practices. We are nothing if not innovative. When congregations celebrate chocolate communion, they do so for a variety of reasons. Some do it to affirm connections within their own community. Some do it as part of ethical eating programs, using only fair trade chocolate. There are probably as many reasons for engaging in the ritual as there are kinds of chocolate. In years past, we have celebrated chocolate communion on the Sunday nearest Valentine's Day, the holiday of love on which chocolate is often eaten in abundance. This year, we will be celebrating on the anniversary of our first video service in response to the pandemic. It's hard to believe that we've been doing this for a year, but we have. In the process, we've learned a lot about how to be a community when we can't physically meet together. We've learned to videotape services, to use Zoom for meetings, to make use of a telephone network, to text and email more than usual, all in order to keep our connections alive and working. This is an anniversary worth celebrating. So next week, at our scheduled town hall meeting, we will also celebrate chocolate communion. We will celebrate our survival. We will celebrate our ongoing work together. We will celebrate the hope we hold in common as we look to the future. And we will do it all with chocolate. Now, because Zoom is interactive and in real time, we can each bring the chocolate of our choice. Milk, dark, semi-sweet, bittersweet, sugar-free, gluten-free, fair trade, and yes, white chocolate counts. Whatever works for you will work for you. If you have an opportunity to obtain fair trade chocolate, great. If a Hershey's Kiss is what you have on hand, that is fine too. The point is not to fulfill a purity rule, but rather to engage meaningfully with a potent symbol. This is our holiday, something uniquely UU. To the best of my knowledge, and a quick search on the internet, no one since the Mayan and Aztec people have used chocolate in a religious ritual. Colonization spread appreciation of the beverage, but not as a religious ritual. At this point, chocolate is ubiquitous, and we are free to use it meaningfully as you use. Between now and then, I invite you to take a little time to think about chocolate and its place in your life. Who and what does it connect you to? What memories does it evoke? Who has given you the gift of chocolate in your life? Who have you given chocolate to? When you think about celebrating chocolate communion online via Zoom next week, what comes to mind? It will be a special opportunity for us to connect in a way that we haven't been able to for at least a year now. It will not be the same as what happens in our sanctuary, but it will be real. It will be what we make it. In addition to love, chocolate also symbolizes comfort and joy. I am looking forward to sharing all of this with you next week. In the end, I have to say my mother was right about the secret to the magic of the holidays. They are days, just like any other day, and the basic rules for living still apply. Do what's expected of you, take care of yourself and others, be kind. And each holiday, whether it's a big legal holiday or an informal feed the birds holiday, and don't ask me when that is, but I'm sure there is one, they all offer us an opportunity to come together in human community, to build harmony and to expand hope. And they do this without requiring that we sacrifice our individuality. They merely ask that we contribute some of that richness to the observance. That's a holy undertaking. Holy in the sense of being whole and complete and fully connected to the web of life. Holidays remind us that we are part of a larger pattern of life and connected to it in more ways than we can count. I hope that you will take me up on my suggestion to search out a holiday calendar that has more than just our legal and national holidays on it. I doubt if anyone can observe them all, and some are more fun to embrace than others. I'm betting that National Ice Cream Sundae Day has more devotees than Supreme Sacrifice Day, but I could be wrong. Next Sunday, March 21st, will be our UU Chocolate Communion Day. So bring your chocolate to Town Hall meeting and prepare to celebrate this together. Shalom. We hope that you have found this service to be informative and meaningful. We invite you to let us know. Please leave your feedback on our YouTube page or our website at the services page, or email me directly. Thank you. I invite you now to join me as we extinguish our chalice here Join me in the words as they appear on your screen. We extinguish our chalice flame from our sight, knowing it lives on in our hearts. May its warmth and energy move us to find the holiday in every day. Shalom. In the mundane and in the trivial, in the extraordinary and the special, may you find meaning and joy. Shalom and blessed be.